So there's this really great book called The Mom Test. You might have heard of it. It's about 100 pages long, so you can read it very quick or get an audiobook, listen to it while you're on a walk. But the kind of theory behind this book is that everyone is accidentally lying to you without them. It's an accident. They don't realize. For example, I was working with one company. I'll tell you a story if that's all right. Okay, cool.
Yes.
I was working with one company called Curio, and this is an audio journalism product. And I was working with them 5, 6 years ago. And whenever we started, they had a tagline which was intelligent audio for busy people. This was on all of the ads, very kind of functional. Great. It's audio journalism. You're listening to it. So great. And when I started to talk to people and talk to the customers, I was asking them, how come you're using this product? And they would say, I'm really busy and I want to learn. And that makes sense. Intelligent audio for busy people. So then I would ask them, okay, if you're so busy, why do you want to learn so much? And if you're learning, why, like, how have you ended up using this? And they say, I'm commuting, and so I want to listen in case I'm standing up. I want to be walking. There was a huge kind of commuting use case here, and I want to feel like I'm using my time wisely. And I would say, why? But why do you not want to just sit on the tube and pick your nose and play Candy Crush? You could be doing
I've
anything.
always wanted to do that.
Easy. The path of least resistance. And they would tell me then, but I want to understand the world better. Okay, so now we're getting somewhere. And so then I would say, why do you want to understand the world better? This is where the gold comes. And so then they would start to tell me stories about I go around to my mum's house and she's married a new man and he's a professor and he's always talking about all this stuff and I have no idea what to talk to him about. So I always feel like I'm not very clever. I want to seem more interesting. And again, this phrase, I want to seem more interesting, would come out. And so this is the power of simply talking to your customers. And it's not like I pulled out this theme out of 2 conversations. As soon as I joined that company, I spent the first 3 months with one of my main focuses on talking to customers. And so then we started experimenting around this messaging. Seem more interesting. Is this seem smarter? Is it seem interesting? Is it be interested? And we tested out a lot of different messages and we ended up landing after hundreds of iterations on become the most interesting person in the room, which is a line of copy you might have seen around. Like some of the biggest apps
Yes.
in the industry now are using this same headline after we used it at Curio, because it's something that really taps into your ego. And it's something that again and again performed not just in the UK and the US, but in every country that we tried it in. This was effective. And this is why now you'll see this line, which came out of a bunch of different conversations being used all over the place. Because it's just effective. It taps into something in deep inside you.